Hey, I just wanted to share this because it's been super helpful for me to do this today. People know that I like to just create tools that can help me to make better decisions about my life. And one of the things that came up for me today was that I'm really not taking the time to just do things that I love that are immediately accessible to me, that I could just do in an hour or two right here in the city that I live. And so what I did was I got all of these ideas. I just brainstormed out. These are like a list of accessible experiences for me. Going on my VR unit, walking around the lake, there's all these different things. And once I got a list of more than 20, I ended up with 25. I then ranked them by, on the left, the numbers you can see 1 to 25. This is how quick they are. So I just ranked them from the fastest to do to the longest to do. And then before that, what I did was I ranked them by how much sort of wow factor they have for me. And so you can see a walk around the lake has very low wow factor for me. A wizard walk has a very high wow factor for me. And so I was able to sort of give them coordinates. And then what I did was I set up, this is a thing that most of you that know me will know that I do incessantly with different groups. If I can bring it up here. Go away, there we go. Boom. I then map them in by their coordinates. So map them into this matrix. And what it's given me is for the next month, I'm going to be focusing in on doing just something that I love instead of doing my email, to encourage me to just check my email at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a daily basis instead of checking it all the time and all that sort of stuff. And so when I mapped this out, what I got was these are the things that are just, these are quick, relatively quick, and they bring me a lot of joy, a lot of buzz, a lot of zap factor. So essentially when I map them out, the closer it is to the bottom left corner, that's faster and more wow factor. And the closer it is up to the top right hand side is like low wow factor and takes ages. And so all the things that are sort of in the top right hand, these are all demotivators, especially in the red area. So this was a real insight for me because I realized that I actually do a bunch of these things and I say that's going to, bring me joy, but actually it's not, because it takes too long and it doesn't give me the real punch. And so what I got was there's a whole list of things here. The closer they are to the bottom left, the more I should be doing them. So essentially, like going on the VR, but really getting some adventure bonding and exploration things to do on there. It's just super quick. This is the quickest thing for me to do other than walk around the lake. And so the VR, going to the Japanese gardens, which are just there and they're just phenomenal. Interestingly for me, going shopping, but for discount things that I like discount shop, toy shops, game shops. I don't really like to buy stuff, but I just like to look around and go, that's cool. So that's not right up there, but it's there. But the central market here, and doing VR in a sort of a shared or team setting, and bounce, like those trampoline places and bouldering and all that sort of stuff. And so these are like really my sweet spots. And then up here, these aren't really my sweet spots, but I've put here, these are the quick fixes. So, these are things that are still fairly quick, but they don't bring me heaps of joy. So, going to a group therapy meeting, chilling by the pool or the fire at the club that I'm a member of, and walking around the lake. Like, these are things that'll give me a quick fix, but they're not better than what's in here. And the same thing here, these are things that I call deep dives. And this is where I got to be really, really careful, because these things take longer, but they don't necessarily bring me more joy. And so I've got to be really careful to stay under the line here. So it's telling me that it's good to go, if I feel like going to a matinee movie, I should do that if I've got the time. But don't do it if I can do one of these things. And the same thing with swimming in the ocean. There's like a tree climbing place just across the road here, and wizard walks. Like, these are all deeper dives, but don't not do these things because I don't have time and then insist that I need to do these things, because this is the sweet spot over here. And really, really helpful for me is what's here in these little yellow gaps here, because these are things that they could bring me some joy and have some zap factor, but they bring me less joy than they take the time. And so this is super helpful for me to go, you know what, don't do escape rooms on your own, because it's just across the line, and you'll think it's going to work, but don't. If you've got time to do an escape room, go to a movie. Same thing with scavenger hunts. They look fun in theory, but if you've got time to go on a scavenger hunt, go swim in the ocean. If you want to go and do some shooting, if you want to go and shoot some guns, don't shoot guns, go and do tree climb. It's telling me to not do these things, to do these things. And the same thing here, if you want to go and wander in the Botanic Garden, don't. Just go and walk around the lake. If you want to get on the computer, don't do that. go to an AA meeting. If you want to do disc golf or bowling, don't do that. Just go and chill by the pool or the fire, depending on the season, at your private club. And so this is super helpful for me to see that these are things that I just shouldn't be doing. These are not going to get me in the habit of just chilling out instead of checking my email. These are the things that are going to get me unstuck, because I'll think that they're going to help, but they'll actually slightly hinder. These are the things that I'll want to do, but that won't really super duper help. These are the things I want to focus on every day. Just taking the opportunity, these are the quicker ones. The further to the left that they are is the quicker, and the further up they are is the more sort of satisfaction I'm going to get. So these ones here are kind of my sweet spots. So yeah, it's just super helpful for me to figure out how to fill my cup quickly with things that are really going to work and be personalized to me and what I love, that are going to make me want to say, don't check your email, go and do this, and then check your email at 3 o'clock and set yourself up for the next day, which is the habit that I want to create. And also the other side of it is I want to create the habit of having a good time and enjoying my life.